So yeah, thanks for joining us, and we'll get started. Okay, so this is the agenda today. It's essentially why we're doing this, what our goals are, what we're working on right now, when this will happen, where you could help, questions for you to help us get started, and we'll summarize it all at the end. A bit of background, why is CWB doing this? So CWB has its foundations as a not-for-profit company focusing on public safety and ensuring quality. Being that CWB has already a certification body for the visual welding inspection, a number of industry stakeholders identifying concerns with the current system wondered if we could take on a certification of NDT personnel as well. So after much internal review and consideration, and our aim of maintaining public safety and quality, CWB has made the decision to move forward with investing in and becoming an NDT personnel certification body under CGSB 48.9712. So what does that mean? What it means is that we're aiming to provide initial certification, renewals, recertification of all of the current 5 NDT methods, levels, and existing sectors in Canada. The certification will be the same as the current certification under CGSB 48.9712. What it means is that inspectors will have a choice in Canada of which certification body to certify moving forward. So now we've gone through why we're doing it. Now we're going to talk about how we want to do it, and that's our vision. So before we talk about our vision, I want to ask you guys a question. So as mentioned, we're going to put up some polls. It's going to be in the chat. So look for it in your chat. Should pop up. Look through the poll, and it'll look something like what you see on the screen there, obviously with a different question and different answers. And submit the vote. There'll be a submit vote button at the bottom. You select your answer and you submit the vote at the bottom. The votes will be anonymous. We won't know who voted for what. We'll just know the overall results. So here's the question. What are the biggest challenges of the current NDT certification system? And I want you to pick the top 3 biggest challenges. So biggest challenges, I mean, is what needs improvement. So is it communication? Like, for example, notifications of your application, or letting you know exam results, or letting you know when you expect your card? Is it the quality, the rigor, the reputation, the quality of the certification you get? Is it the price, the cost of application, renewal, or recertification? Is it the process itself? How easy is it to apply? How straightforward is it? Is it the speed, how fast or slow you get your application processed, or results for exams, for example? Or is it the support, how much support they provide to complete your application, or resources you have to get yourself certified? So yeah, I want the top 3. Okay, we've got 33 responses so far. It looks like the major area for improvement is speed. I think that looks, yeah, followed by communication and support. I get those are neck and neck right now. Okay, we've got about 40 responses. Great. Thanks, Carl. Yeah, if you could. The chat's not, if the poll's not popping up for you, just please let us know. Okay, we've got 45 responses. I think we've got a good smattering of the results. So it looks like speed is the biggest concern, followed by support, followed by communication. Okay, well, that's good to know. And really, I think that's That's going to be kind of the pillars of our vision. So the first part of our vision is safety is our quality. And I know that may sound like a cheesy tagline. It is sort of, but it does reflect one of the pillars of CWB itself, public safety and quality. We're not shooting for quantity of inspectors. We're not going to open the floodgates, so to speak, for inspectors. That's not our goal. We're here to ensure quality and skilled NDT personnel. We know that some of the existing strengths are the exam centers and training organizations, and we plan on utilizing these well-regarded entities in our process. In the longer term, what we want is to have reciprocal agreements with other global certification bodies to ensure that Canadian codes and standards aren't compromised and that Canadian industry has resources to complete work both in Canada and abroad. So the next part of our vision is client-centric approach. And what we mean by that is that CWB doesn't believe that the certification body should give any difficulties to a qualified and competent individual. We want to take the guesswork out of the application process and provide clear and guided instructions throughout. As with our visual program, we aim to provide efficient service where necessary. You can always pick up the phone or email us with questions and get a response ASAP. Even if it's a technical that our call center can't handle directly, we aim to have an answer within hours or days. We will do it when we say we will. The target date for us will essentially be a drop dead date. We aim to complete it sooner. We want to be as transparent as possible in our process. You should know where you are in the process and what the next steps are at all times. Another part of our vision is to have relevant examinations. The examinations should be up to date and follow the latest practices, but don't ignore the fundamentals. They need to be in line with what we are teaching our inspectors in the classroom and what's in the real world as well. What we want to improve, the exams constantly by using psychometrics. This is data that we gather from how people do on the exams, and we'll use that to refine our exams constantly. Also, we want to align our exams with others around the world, but from a Canadian perspective, to keep Canadian inspectors at the top. And last but not least, we want to use the latest technology. Using the latest technology where it makes sense to increase our process efficiency. Online application, electronic exams as examples. We also want to use technology to minimize human errors or judgment. For example, we don't want to lose somebody's application through the mail. Having said that, humans will still need to be involved. We aren't going to affect the credibility of our system by using technology. I know that AI and artificial intelligence is a big thing right now, but it's something that we will only apply again where it makes sense and after a lot of consideration. So I've got another question for you. So again, in the chat, you should see a poll pop up. And the question is, which part of this vision most appeals to you? Is it the safety as our quality? Is it the client-centric approach? Is it the relevant examinations? Or is it use the latest technology? Yeah, please let us know. Relevant examinations is taking an early lead. Excellent. All right, we're at 29 responses. Okay, it appears overwhelmingly relevant examinations. Interesting. Okay, we're up to 38 responses. Okay, 40 responses. Relevant examinations. That seems to be the overwhelming part of our vision that appeals to everybody. Okay, that's good. That's good information for us and allows us to focus our resources in certain areas. Excellent. So, what does all this mean for you? So, if you choose to certify, renew, or recertify with CWB, we'll make it easy to apply. We'll have dedicated customer support. Our exams will be up to date and relevant. We'll strive to provide the quickest turnaround possible. But all of it ends with you getting the same reputable NDT certification for your method, level, and sector under CGSB 48.9712. So what are we working on to get this certification body started? Well, we're working on expanding our accreditation for this new certification body. We've hired an experienced level 3 to help develop our exams to make sure they align with Canadian practices and perspectives. We're putting a large investment into developing an exam question bank and finding and buying practical test specimens. We've started engaging training organizations to help ensure our exams align with current training. And our internal IT development team is starting to put together a customer relationship management program to allow online application and to have transparency with applicants throughout the process. So that's all good, but when is this going to come about? So based on our own high standards and what we want in our vision, our target launch will be fall of 2024. And if you're interested in getting updates on timing, or perhaps join our waitlist to apply, recertify, or renew, please send us an email at ndt@cwb.org. So that's ndt@cwb.org. Thanks, Melissa. Opportunities for input. How can you help during this process? So there's some key areas that we'd like input from the NDT community, and that includes having the community engage in our continuous improvement process as part of our accreditation. Another is having input into test questions, practical specimen development, or even finding just natural defect specimens. At some point, we'll need a level 3 review of the practical samples. So we'll reach out then to industry to ask for some independent level 3 review. And for our CRM, we want to make sure that it works, makes sense, and is easy to use, and also bug-free. So again, we welcome the help to do that. So again, if you'd like to help, email address is ndt@cwb.org. So I have some more questions for you. Don't worry, it's not too many, it's only 5. So again, in the chat, you should see a poll pop up. Thanks, Melissa. So the first question is, we talked about what's challenging about the current system. Now I kind of want to know what works with the current system, or what works best with the current system. So again, pick 3. Again, the same headings: communication, like notifications to your application, letting you know exam results, or letting you know when you expect your card; quality, the rigor, reputation, quality of the certification you get; price, again, cost; process, the process itself, how easy it's to apply, how straightforward it is; speed, how fast or slow you get your application processed, the results; support, how much support they provide to you to complete your application, and the resources they supply to you to get certified. Okay. All right. Seems like quality is the best part of our current system, and Yes, I must agree. Okay, the next highest one must be between process and support. Oh, speed seems to be the lowest, which makes sense. Okay, we're at 38 responses. I've got a good idea now. Looks like quality is the best part, followed by process, followed by support. Okay, great. Thanks for that feedback. So another question we have, and this will pop up shortly. Are there enough recognized training organizations or schools? So what I'm talking about is the NATE, the state, the Durham colleges, the Cindy, the training programs that QCC has. Are there enough of these programs out there? Are there too many or are there not enough? Okay. Not enough with an early lead. 64% of the vote right now. Hey, interesting. Okay. Thanks, Kevin. Great. So 63% say not enough. Okay, that's an interesting result. That kind of helps us in the future. Great. Thank you for those responses. Okay. Great feedback. Okay. Next question. Are there enough approved exam centers? So there's about 13 across Canada, I believe, that are current approved exam centers. Again, are there too many? Are there enough? They're not enough? Okay, this is even more of an overwhelming majority saying not enough. Okay, if not enough is the overwhelming answer here. Okay, interesting. Okay, thank you for the responses. Okay, thanks for the feedback. Okay, next question. Would you like to complete the written exam remotely? So, whoops, we'll go back there. So i.e. online, essentially it'll be invigilated online. So again, there will be an online invigilator. They will confirm identity, all those kind of things, same as you would go into an exam center with, but there's no one physically there and you don't have to go to the exam center. You can do it in your office. You can do it at home if you want. So is this something that people want? Is this something that people don't want? Is this something that really you don't really care about or not doesn't bother you? Okay, excellent. So a lot of people want those remote exams. Okay. Okay, well noted. And some of these other questions here, we're going to capture these and we will provide a response to these in our post-webinar survey. So keep an eye out for that. I just want to keep this kind of on time and on track. Thanks, everyone. Okay, last question. What type of certificate do you want? And we're not talking about the paper certificate you get. We're talking about that wallet card. Would you like a digital only wallet card? And what that means by digital only is something on your smartphone. Do you still only like that physical card, or do you want both? So again, overwhelming majority saying both. Okay. All right. Okay. Both it is. Great. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you for answering these questions. Okay. So as I mentioned, there will be a recording of this webinar, and a survey will be sent out next week for any additional responses or questions for us. So yes, keep those questions in mind in the chat. I know I'm not directly answering them right now, but that's also because we had another webinar earlier, and we want to make sure that all of the participants get the answer, right? So again, keep those questions for that survey that comes out. Any additional responses or questions for us, please enter it into that survey. And also, any feedback that you can provide is great. The questions you answered here today and any of the feedback you're going to provide moving forward will definitely help us develop this certification body and make it work for everybody. Okay, so in summary, CWB is committed to providing a credible NDT certification body that works with industry in ensuring quality inspectors and public safety. We aim to provide a quick, stress-free application process with relevant and current exams. We welcome your input during our development to make sure that our certification system works for all existing and future NDT personnel across Canada. So thank you again for your time today. I hope that this has provided some insight into what CWB has planned for our certification body. Please look out for the recording of the webinar and the survey coming to you next week and provide your feedback there. If there's anything else, you can always reach out to us, ndt@cwb.org.